20 minutes. I sat there for 20 minutes staring at a blank prompt box, feeling like the dumbest person on the internet. Then this thing flipped the script and started asking me questions. And 60 seconds later, I was holding a birthday card so pretty I almost didn't want to give it away. So that's what I want to show you today. Because here's the thing most people don't realize. The number one reason people freeze up with AI image tools isn't that the tools are hard, it's just they don't know what to ask for. They stare at a blank prompt screen and go, now what? Does that sound familiar? You're not alone, and you're definitely not dumb. That's exactly what the AI prompt assistant inside the Van Gogh fixes. And instead of dropping you in front of an empty box and saying, figure it out, it flips the whole thing around. It asks you the questions, simple ones. What kind of image? What kind of style? What mood? What colors? You just answer. It builds the prompt for you. No prompt engineering, no tutorials, no Googling how to talk to AI. You answer a few friendly questions, hit go, and watch something beautiful show up on your screen. And I don't want you to take just my word for it. I want to show you exactly how this works live right now. I'm going to create a custom birthday card from scratch. I picked a greeting card on purpose because everyone understands greeting cards. There's no learning curve to get what we're making. You watch me go from a completely blank screen, genuinely no idea what to type, to a finished, professional looking card you'd be proud to hand someone. No head start, no preloaded prompts, just me, the prompt assistant, and a few simple questions. Here we go. So here I am inside the Home Business Academy, which is fantastic. And this is the premium section where all the AI tools reside. On the left side is premium tools. I do have a playlist, and let me just show you that real quick. I do have a playlist that just has one video now, but I'm adding to this right now. I'm going to go through and chronicle all the different powerful premium tools so you can see exactly how they work and how powerful they are together. So this playlist is going to grow as I do these videos. And this will be included in this video. In fact, there will be a link called a card kind of in the top section that is appearing right about now. I will also encourage you to check out another playlist at the end of the video, and I'll come back to that in just a moment. So here I am with the HBA system. It's wonderful. This premium membership gives me all these premium tools, and today we're going to cover the image generator for AI-powered image generation tool. So just click on that, and I'm going to zoom out, and here's where we're starting. Now, I have been using this for quite some time, but I'm going to start kind of from ground zero. This AI prompt assistant is really an ideal thing because it starts you where you're like, I don't even know what to say or what to do. It is designed to help you. So it says, need help describing your image? So you click here. Actually, before I even get to this, there is a tutorial right up here. And both Paul and Mike go through there. These are the co-founders. They give you some really good ideas. They show a lesson on how to use this image prompt system, the AI prompt generator, okay, the assistant, okay? I'm going to close that video now. And here's where you begin. Now, interestingly enough, just yesterday, there was a woman that described she was making an image and sudden poof, everything went gone. You know how that happens. Well, now we have a history of all these prompts that I've ever made and that you will ever made, so or ever that you make, so that you'll never lose your information. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm going to create a greeting card. So I'm going to start with just saying something simple like, I am new and need help creating a birthday card. I'm going to make it for myself. And I'm going to use it. There's a section inside of HBA for a vision board. It's very important to have goals, and when you can see it and imagine it, it becomes more lifelike and more realistic and more believable. So I'm going to do that. So I'm new and I need help creating a birthday card for myself. So I'm just starting with the idea. I don't know how to do this. I'm just going to pretend because I really don't. I'm new and I need help creating a birthday card for myself. I need you, or I need help with ideas for this image. Okay, and then I'll just, that's pretty simple. I'm new and I need help creating a birthday card for myself. I don't need, where else do I go? I don't know. That's what you're going to say. So I need help with the idea for this image. And I'll click this little button. It sends it to the AI and it's starting to think about this. And it says, oh, let me analyze this. And so it'll just take its time. Okay, so it's prompted a response and I can just zoom in and look at this. So, happy birthday, let's create something amazing. Welcome, I'd love to help you design the perfect birthday card image. To craft the best prompt for you, let me ask you a few questions. What's the vibe you're going for? Fun and playful? Elegant and classy? Warm and cozy or themed? Do you have a favorite hobby? This is the one I want, the themed one. So do I have a favorite hobby, interest, or theme? Example, space, travel, music, gaming, nature. What a great idea. Now I'm like, yeah, I do have some favorite hobbies. So what I'm going to do is, rather than type it all out, I'm just going to copy that. So I'm just going to grab with my mouse, grab that line, and I'm on a desktop computer. So this is much easier. On a phone, a little more challenging, but it can be done. But on a desktop computer, you can copy that. So I'm going to copy that section, and I'm going to say, I like this option, and I'll put a colon, and then I'll paste it in. Now, I just said, it's asking me, do I have a favorite hobby? And yes, I do. So I'm going to just go to the end. You can hit the down arrow, and it'll go to the end of the paragraph or end of the sentence, and say, I'll put a colon. I love ocean fishing, because I do, and would love a destination birthday celebration at Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. Catching mahi, and I don't remember how to spell mahi. I think it's H-I. So catching mahi, and I'll just make it, I want to say just by the hundreds, but catching mahi all day long. Okay, that's one hobby. I can also say I'm a photographer, because I am. Ooh, I messed that up. So let's do prefer and love the beauty, I'm not the best typer, of animals and wildlife, and would love to photograph, let's say, wildlife at sunset, at some famous destination. It may ask me where I want to go, and I don't know yet, so let's just give it that. So I've given it it's given me some direction. Let's say here, what's your name, so we can render it on the card, okay? Any colors? I'm going to say blue and gold. I like that. Okay, I'm not a pink and white guy, not a rainbow, so let's go here. What I'm going to do is hit the down arrow and go to the end, and then I'll put a colon, and I'll say is my preference. Okay, and then my name is Chase. Let's take that out. My name is Chase. Put another colon just because we may have some more here. What format do you like? Vertical, square, or horizontal? That's a traditional, so I'm going to just say, I'll copy that. I can even copy the emoji, that's fine. I'm going to hit the down arrow and go right to the end and paste that in. Okay. What other questions did it ask me? Do you want it to look photorealistic, like a real, real scene, digital art, or 3D render? I think I like a photorealistic scene, so I'm just going to copy that. And I'm going to paste that, doing my down arrow trick. I'll add a colon, so it's another thought, and then paste that in. So now, I can kind of zoom out. Quick start. If you're not sure, I can suggest a stunning default design. Just share your name and favorite color, and I'll take it from there. I've given it some details. Let's see what it says next. Okay, so that's another section in purple. That's what I type. It is typing something that's with the black background. Okay, so it's thinking on that. Okay, awesome. Let's take a closer look. Love it. Chase, what an epic birthday card concept. You've given me so much material to work with. I'm envisioning a stunning scene that combines your passions. Let me offer you two incredible options. Pick your favorite, or we can blend them together. Option one, the ultimate Cabo fishing birthday. I love it already. The cinematic ocean scene. You're on a charter boat in Cabo San Lucas, golden sunset blazing. El Arco, the Arch of Cabo. Isn't that cool? The massive mahi mahi on the line, water splashing with action. Ooh, I love that. Breathtaking scene for the photographer's dream birthday in an African savanna, like the Serengeti. I like that. So I like the combo. Okay, I want to see what it's going to do. So it's done a split design horizontal card. Left side features Cabo fishing adventure. All right, and then the right side shows a stunning golden sunset wildlife photography scene. That is really awesome. Both connected by a gorgeous blue and gold gradient sky with elegant birthday text reading Happy Birthday Chase across the top. Which option speaks to you, or should I go ahead with option 3? I'll say go ahead with option 3, the combo. We'll even include that little rocket ship. Okay, one quick question. Do you want a specific age on the card or just happy birthday, Chase? And I'll just say, just happy birthday, Chase. Because really, I could use this several years or just whatever. And I can always create another one. So that's great. So I'm going to click, I'm going to tell it what I want. So go ahead with option 3, the combo. So these are all the ideas, the questions. It gave me multiple options. And now it's finalizing that, which is awesome. And it's thinking. Okay, so now it says, awesome, Chase. Here's your custom prompt. Think about this. It really didn't take long, and it just prompted me and given me some ideas, and I chose what I liked. I could have asked it more, but it's really nice. I've crafted a detailed cinematic prompt that brings your ultimate birthday card to life. Okay? Why this will look incredible. Okay, all these points. That is really cool. Pro tip, once we see the result, we can iterate and refine. Just add text placement, Okay. All right, so now the purple text is the actual instructions for the AI, which is down here. I'll just get rid of that. Okay. So, because I have saved images over here. Anyways, so this is very detailed, and you can read through this, but I already I'm really excited to see it. Okay. It looks pretty darn great. Oh, that is great. Okay, so now what happens, this little purple button sends it to the prompt down here. So this is kind of a top to bottom format where you just go down. Now, I don't think I have an image. It's more like a silhouette, which is fine. And so if you ever have an image that you have your face, and I have lots of them, you can, I'll show you that before we end. You can use your previous face shots to let it render your rendition of your face onto the scene. So this looks really nice. Okay, I could refine it a little bit more, but I'm telling you, this is looking good. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply to the generator. That'll pop this text down here. So I'm going to click apply to generator. Here it came right down. Okay, so everything, you can see it a little bit better maybe. By the way, I even spelled mahi mahi correctly. Awesome. So everything is looking great. If there was any refinements, I could make them here. but it's really good. So now it tells me that the recommended style is photorealistic. So there's the settings for the style. There's other things like negative prompt. I really don't use that much because I tell it what I want and it does it really well. So I don't have a reference image. You can use reference images, by the way. You can use them early on and apply them and upload them right there. Now I didn't have a reference image because I'm starting from ground zero. But if you have a reference image, something you like, you can say, please explain this or please describe this photo and upload it. And it'll turn it into a prompt and you can say, I like this style, but I want it differently. So that's kind of a tip to use this. But this is a great prompt. I don't see any problems with it. By the way, if you need to see it bigger, I can zoom in. See, that's pretty amazing. That is quite a prompt just from a few simple questions. And then it did it for me. So I have that down here. I'm going to double check that it's on photorealistic for the style. And here, yeah, it's right here, photorealistic. It can prompt itself right there. That's great. And instead of square, I want it to be landscape wide. You can do portrait. You can do standard, which is, it's kind of like a vertical format, or tall is. Standard is more presentations and classic displays. Some of you will know these dimensions and they're handy for that. If you're doing a Facebook cover, which is ultra wide, or an ultra wide banner, there's so many different options. Let me see if I can scroll up. No, I can't. A book cover, and let me just come down. And then a book cover 2x3. So a lot of different variations. I'm going to choose landscape. Okay. Now within the Home Business Academy, this is a tool that costs money. Okay. So they give you 5 credits per day. I've used some other ones on a video. So I have 2 more credits. You can also buy some credits. They're very inexpensive. They're about 20 cents. So let me just click on buy credits. So if I were short, let's say I wanted to create a project and I need more images, I can buy credits. So here I could buy 50 credits for $10. That's 20 cents a credit, 20 cents for an image. That's really good. If I have a really big project, 100 credits would cost me 18 cents per credit. So I'm saving money here. And these credits are used first by the free ones. Okay. Let me just close that. So this is pretty cool. I have bought credits before. It's very nice. And I've used only a few. I think I bought 50. I have 33, but I'm using the free ones first. Okay. So I have everything ready. This is where the image will be generated. So it'll appear there. Everything is ready. I'm going to use one of my 2 credits left. So I'll have one towards after this is done. And I don't need to buy any, but it's showing me that I have 33. Down here are some other samples of images, and you can use these prompts as ideas for your images, and all sorts of little, if you need a book cover or a fancy book cover or a notes and kind of a pamphlet looking, different styles like a computer screen. It's really nice. So lots of good options here, but I'm ready and I'm excited. So let's go ahead and click generate the image. Takes just a few seconds. It says 15 to 30 seconds. So it doesn't take very long. And there it is. Oh, that's really cool. That is really cool. So, man, I love it. It's Cabo. I mean, and it's a nice transition. Happy birthday, Chase. I think, by the way, that is wonderful. I'm really impressed. I really am. Got a jumping and the water splashing. Cabo looks very realistic. The charter boat looks great. A nice transition, nice font. I didn't even have to, figure that out. It just knew. Nice silhouette. That's awesome. Okay, so, wow. Now, what we can do is click on download. Okay, And this is going to be off screen, but I'm going to go to my downloads folder and click on that image. So let's see here. Oh, it just rendered it, by the way, so let me do that. Okay, so this is the image. Okay, so it's on my computer. And what I'm going to do now is go to another section. I wanted it to be part of my vision board. So this is a whole nother aspect of this wonderful system. And I'm going to go to, actually, I'm just going to go to the home for a second. And that takes me into Let's Go. Let's Go is one of the products here. It's a digital product. And this is where my vision board is, under Visualize. I want to add this image. So, by the way, what's really cool is you can put any type of image here. I'm a photographer, and these are wonderful, reminders of my photography. I love fishing even as a little boy, and love going out in the outdoors and camping, and got my truck. So I can add one more here. Okay, so let me pull up that image and come down a ways. And getting close, there it is. Doesn't it look? And I'll upload it. And it's adding it. Okay, there it went. I needed to click on upload, so that's really cool. Let me zoom out here and show you everything. They actually have this blue eye and allows you to see your images in kind of a nice format. I do love this. It's very positive. I'm a freedom crusader. I like to remind myself of that visually. Okay. There's one of my famous photographs of a running lion. I love that. So it reminds me of all the fun that I, have as a wildlife photographer. This is an important thing. I want to get out of debt, of course. And I made this image actually with the same image tool here to create it. I mean, it was really impossible to create this image, so I had to do it with AI. Me in a restored image that I restored the colors of this old photograph when I was 10 and caught this impressive tarpon, which is why I love ocean fishing. And here's my camper, a little dirty and all, but a great little camper. And then, happy birthday, Chase. So now I can remember and visualize going fishing, going photography. I can feel this and see it, and it's just awesome. So that is exciting. So look at that. Now think about this for a second. That took about 60 seconds. No design skills and no Photoshop and no fumbling with fonts and clip art. The tool asked me what I wanted. I answered, and there it is. The finished image that actually looks good. And here's what makes this click for people. That moment of, well, could I do that? Because you could. You could make birthday cards, thank you cards, anniversary cards for your grandkids, cards that feel genuinely personal because you chose every detail, the style, the colors, the mood, without needing to know a single thing about design. But it doesn't stop at greeting cards. That same prompt assistant creates YouTube thumbnails, social media images, blog headers, vision board graphics, anything you need visually, whether that's for personal use or something that you're building online. The point is, you don't need to be technical. You don't need to already understand AI. If you can answer what color do you like, you can use this. This demo you just watched is the proof. I walked in with nothing, answered a handful of plain English questions, and walked out with something I'd actually use. And by the way, if you've ever wanted to actually build residual income around tools like this, not just use them, there's a done-for-you system at hbawithchase.com. And this pays out 80% commissions and handles the selling for you. So again, go to hbawithchase.com or click the link in the description of the video in the description below. Thanks and have a fantastic day. Bye for now.